It took me almost 10 years to figure out that I was coasting through life. When I was 12, my godfather, who was more like my dad, died. And then my biological father left us. When I was 17, my mom died, and her best friend, my godmom, died shortly after, leaving me and my little brother without parental figures. And so at 17 years old, I had to be declared a homeless and independent youth and start caring for my younger brother. My mom was my best friend. And when she passed, my whole world changed. I had to become an adult very quickly. I had to figure out how to care for myself and my brother, how to survive in this world. I had been taught my whole life that my only job was to be the first one in my family to go to college. And I went. But it was so isolating and so scary because I had no one to fall back on, no one to call when I got scared. And I realized at the end of the year that I was going into massive amounts of debt because I didn't really know how to work the financial aid system. And so I decided to take a year off. I spent 9 years in the quick service industry. I trained general managers for a franchise of fast food places. The job was sucking my soul. And I didn't fully realize exactly how numb I was until during the height of the pandemic, my uncle passed away. I called my aunt. She told me that she was having some severe mobility issues and couldn't take care of herself. She couldn't cook for herself or clean for herself. And my nieces, who were 8, 10, and 12, had to go over, or they didn't have to. They were generously, kindly going over to do chores for her. While I love that their beautiful hearts were taking care of her, it broke mine to think that their childhood was being taken from them. I didn't want them to have to grow up too fast like I did. And I knew that if it was in my power, I was gonna do something to change that for them. So my husband and I quit our jobs and packed up our lives and moved to the Tri-Cities to move in with her and take care of her. And as we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, the thing that kept coming up for me was that I wanted to go back to school. I was gonna take a risk on myself for the first time in my life and do something that actually lit me up. I had to do something that made me feel alive, and the place I feel alive is on stage. And so I decided to go through the arts, humanities, and communications pathway, and transferring next year to go to a 4-year program to get a degree in performance and directing. Having a scholarship has made it possible for me to be here. Without one, I wouldn't have had the confidence to go into debt, and I would not have been able to fulfill my purpose and my joys and my passions in life. There are so many students like me that would not be here without your help, that are the first in their family or don't have someone to help them fill it out, or are non-traditional returning students who don't qualify for as much aid. And we get to be here because you support us and you believe in us, and you do that by making scholarships possible. I didn't realize how numb I was until I got back into school and back into things that I love and back on stage and standing up there and being able to make art and tell stories. I realized that I was coming alive for the first time in a decade.